the die with nothing, die with zero. My main work as a consultant is designing a plan B and implementing a plan B. This mastermind was not that. It was not more information about citizenship or bank accounts or company registration or anything like that, okay? This mastermind is really focused on passing on wealth to the next generation, how we prepare that generation to receive wealth, and then all of the structuring, estate tax laws, everything like that, and all of the mentality to grow your family over the next 100 years. So designing the 100-year mindset. And it was the first time doing something like this, but it is something I'm so passionate about, and I've been reading and researching and working and studying and menteeing under, very, very intelligent estate planning lawyers for years now. And this was my opportunity to consolidate a lot of this information, to put it into presentations, and then bring a group of people together to go through it. So I'll pause for a second before we kind of dive into the event itself, but just wanted to kind of say how passionate I am about this.
I think the preparing to receive part is a part that maybe I think a lot of people, when I was raised responsibly to think about savings and this sort of thing. But when we're talking about passing on generational wealth, in many cases, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million and above dollars, you really need to be prepared to receive that kind of money. Even someone that was received responsibly, even someone that was raised responsibly, raised to understand savings and investing and all these basic sorts of things, even someone like that needs a lot more preparation to receive and manage that level of wealth.
100%. There is a giant movement going around the world right now, well, especially in Western society, with the die with nothing, die with zero type of mentality. You're going to go into retirement, you're going to spend down everything you have because you built up your wealth from zero. Therefore, your children or your grandchildren should also have nothing when they start, and everybody should be a self-made man from scratch. And I categorically reject this. I think it's a horrible type of thing. Really, what you're doing is you're telling your children that you don't trust them. Especially if you do have something and you give it all to charity, you're saying that you believe that the charity and a complete stranger is more responsible and has more claim to that wealth than your own bloodline, your own children. And it's admitting that you did a bad job as a parent or a grandparent, that they're not ready to receive the wealth, okay? Like, think about the implications of a statement like that and a mentality on society with something like that. Like, that is just mental.
What does that say about the parent in the first place? Not to get on people too much here, but if they're not prepared, you didn't prepare them. So it's really a
Correct.
Two-way street.
Exactly. So that's what a lot of this mastermind was about. Was you helping the next generation and getting them ready to receive it, and not just passing on money, but passing on values and other forms of capital. So one of the things that we talk about is that, okay, there's financial capital. This is probably the main thing that most people think about is financial capital, but there's actually 6 additional types of capital that people don't think of, like intellectual capital, like emotional capital, like reputational capital, okay? All of these things. So we spent hours discussing these things, how to identify them, how to flesh them out in your own family, and then even how to draft intellectual property documents around those types of capital so that when you are coming up against estate taxes, we can push the value of assets down and things can be passed on through different types of tax mechanisms like restrictive covenants and really advanced type of estate planning tools. But a lot of work needs to be done on this stuff in advance. You can't do it at the last minute. It needs to be prepared years in advance. So we really worked on all of these types of things and really helping families identify all forms of capital that they have built up. Because if you are in the $30 million plus net worth range, you've done something right. I mean, like, you've really figured something out, and there's probably something repeatable that we can document and use as intellectual property.